This is the story of 8 American women and their journey across Africa.
We are here to tell you where.
They're moms, away from their families and traveling outside the USA for the first time.
Can't shower, you gotta go to the bathroom, there's chickens in there.
Follow them on a grueling 6-week overland tour through South Africa, Namibia, Botswana, and Zambia. They'll experience in Africa few people see. Encounter people they never thought they'd meet. Their preconceptions of Africa will be challenged.
The first thing that jumped to my mind was like Tarzan.
Some parasite that gets to your brain and eats your brain.
We heard there are no toothbrushes in Africa.
And they'll be stopping to give something back.
To the mothers.
New York City. A few hours before their flight, our 8 women meet for the first time.
Jackie.
Sweet you.
My name is Patricia Gay. I'm 54 years old. I live in La Cañada, California. I'm a retired psychologist. I'm married to Doug Smith. You really need those big shears. You know, the long blades. And I have a 26-year-old son, Vaughn Glover.
You're doing a good job.
I have African art in my home from all over the continent. And I've named her Mahalia, from Mahalia Jackson. She always seemed to be singing a very sweet lullaby to me. I've always had Africa around me. I've always brought her as close to me as I could, you know, because I hadn't gone.
Speaking of South Af, I need some Kwaito music.
I have to walk into some place and say Kwaito music, huh?
Right.
So what else have you been thinking about with regard to my trip?
Oh, it's a couple like Masakela records that I need.
This is going to be a lengthy trip. I'll miss comfort, the comfort of having my life the way I've created it.
Don't we have some kind of labor-saving device that does this?
It's called a husband. Being African American, the idea of being able to set my feet down where my ancestors came from and being able to go back voluntarily where my ancestors came here involuntarily has always been a dream. I'm really open to being surprised, though. As much as I believe I know, I am also really open to not knowing. And I imagine much of the experience in Africa will be about being able to integrate what I thought I knew with what I will learn. Okay. Malaria is my biggest anxiety. And the idea of having to take medication for mosquitoes, that's so unfortunate that Africa has to suffer so much from things that are just in the West so manageable. Chili powder, that is how you eat mango. I'll miss comfort, the comfort of Western conveniences, all of them. And having my companion, you know, having my husband there. In Africa, I am sure I will miss spicy mango.
Sweet you.
So curious about the other one.
Me too. I'm like, I want to know. My name is Jackie Nova, Jacqueline. I live in Tarzana, California, and I am an actress, singer, songwriter, and studying real estate. My son is 11 years old, and his name is Jason. Oh my goodness, this is totally something I'll find in Africa. Hopefully. Look at this. And my fiance, his name is Adam.
Where are these from? Mexico?
Oh, Mexico. Oh, and we have a little cat. How can I forget? Oh, my little precious, where is he? You want to go to Africa with me to visit your family, don't you? I think of the movie Lion King, and I think Africa, and I know it's a cartoon, but I just can't wait. Rustic. It's the word of the day, rustic. We're doing the rustic thing out in the wilderness, right?
Yeah.
Camping and killing little animals so you can eat and the first thing that jumped to my mind was like Tarzan. I know that's probably so silly and so goofy, but I swear I think of the vines, I think of Tarzan. I'm sure there is no hunky Tarzan out there, waiting to capture one of us, but that's what I think. I'm not scared, I'm fearless.
I know you're not scared.
I'm like so ready, I'm ready to climb something. I'm ready to climb something. I'm ready to go to the jungle. I think of lots of beautiful free animals. I hate seeing animals caged up, but not that I like to confront one. This is an alligator.
That's an alligator, hopefully.
Okay. If they told me that the mouth was closed tight,
With
like
duct tape.
well, maybe with rope and chain, making sure the mouth isn't open. Yeah, something. Then I'd probably wrestle it. I'm not that familiar with anything with Africa. So I have a lot to learn. But you're so cute. Like, you're so organized.
So we know where you're gonna go.
Yeah, he's not organized with the closet, but he's organized with, like, look at this. Nice, right? So,
Staying along the southern tip here area.
Madagascar. Oh my God, that movie was so good. I am not leaving my hair conditioner. Hair time. I'm not vain. It's so not what it's about, but I'm sorry, moms. You all know we're gonna be on camera. Your name again?
I'm Tammy.
Tammy, I'm gonna get this.
Well, hi. Where are you from, Tammy? And I'm from Nebraska.
My name is Tammy Wellnitz. I'm a 38-year-old mother of one son, and I've lived here in western Nebraska all my life. The first thing that comes to my mind when I think about Africa is the wilderness, the large animals, the hugeness, the vastness of the area. I don't think about big cities. I don't think about it being heavily populated. And that's what excites me about it, is because I really like the open air. I like seeing that type of stuff.
We thank the Lord for this our food, and that we are here together. Amen.
I've been married for 20 years to my husband, Ken. Ken and I have talked to our son, Kane, about the trip, and I've tried to explain to him that it's going to be 6 weeks and that Mom's going to be gone a long time, but I think him and Ken will be fine. They're like really close, and Kane is a really independent child.
Do you think we'll be able to keep up when Mom goes to Africa?
Yeah, we will. We'll be able to.
Should we sell that table and put a pool table in there?
Yeah, let's do it.
Now I see why you guys want me to leave, so you can play. You're not going to miss me one little bit. Me being away from Ken, he says, oh, it's fine, go, enjoy yourself, it's a trip of a lifetime, but, I would think it's going to be hard for him staying here at home. It's going to be so unfair for him, just because I'm going to be out having fun and experiencing stuff that he would love to experience, and he's going to be here doing the day-to-day same old thing, and thinking about it. Let's put her over with those other heifers, Kane. There's lots of things for me to worry about, and I shouldn't talk about them because then I'm going to change my mind about going. Our land runs up to the South Dakota border. I do live in a rural area, and so I'm not used to the city life or anything like that, so being around other women who maybe come from that, I think it'll be fun to learn from them and to see what their life is like, and hopefully they can learn from me and understand what I go through in my life.
Hi. Jackie. I'm Tammy. Tammy.
And I'm Pat.
Pat.
Yes.
My name is Mary Beth Wieland. I'm 32. I have a daughter and husband. I'm a teacher at Richmond High School. and I run a violence prevention group there.
Dignity. Have pride. Have pride in yourself. Okay.
It's been a really hard year. There's been a lot of violence. There's been a couple people killed that I worked closely with. And so this journey for me is so much about how do I survive in that world. I mean, when you put yourself in a role of peacekeeper and then somebody dies, you failed. The idea of always wanting to go to Africa and being in a spot in my life where taking a step away from all of it to get perspective, the two just came together at the right time. Jonah, did you tell Dad what you got on your spelling test?
-1.
Really?
That's going on the refrigerator.
Is it a hard one?
Yeah, all words were at least over 5 letters.
Wow.
I'm a vegetarian, and so I've wondered, just from different experiences working with different cultures, if somebody puts a piece of meat in front of me and that's something that they're thinking of as a gift or a sign of hospitality, will I eat it? And I think I will, because I don't want to offend somebody, but at the same time I imagine I'll end up throwing up. What about the pile of sugar you put on that one? Enough.
Wait.
Take it off.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So I'm going to play that one by ear and go as long as I can without any meat, so long as I'm not offending people, and then just cross that bridge when I get to it. The thing I'm afraid of most about this trip is being away from my daughter.
Say hello.
Every time we bring up the trip to Jonah, she changes the subject. Can I have more strawberries? Has anybody seen a penguin lately? There's never been a straight answer. There's never been anything emotional. You know, what are you going to miss about me when I'm gone? Oh, you sing so nicely. I'm afraid I'll miss your voice. So she won't touch the issue.
We're making a hamster town.
All right, I'm making the park.
There you go.
Part of me thinks she's just too young to really grasp the idea of the length of time.
Okay, John, this is going to be a hotel.
Jonah, what do you know about Africa?
It's hot.
Actually, that's more than I know. I definitely don't know what climate to expect. In a way, I feel like it's not fair to do to a kid to take a parent away for that long. But I also think it would give me a new perspective and a new sort of strength and be able to offer a deeper commitment.
What's your name? I'm
My name is Kamisha Williams, and I am a mother of 3 boys. I call them my 3 kings.
I am a Chicago native, born and raised on the South Side. You can't say, I'm just from Chicago. You have to say, I'm South Side.
So I'm finishing up my master's degree in creative writing at Chicago State, and also I'm a cook. I come from a family of cooks. That's what we enjoy. We enjoy cooking and eating. And working at Secrets, it's given me the opportunity to actually earn a living doing what I love to do. In addition to cooking for them, I also do a lot of the decorating. I've never been away from my family. I lived with my mom until I was 26.
Oh, I'm starving. But I do the same thing when I go visit her, though. I run her refrigerator because she's a good cook.
Oh, God. I hope they have shrimp in Africa.
I like her food, and she likes mine.
And I left my mom and immediately moved in with my husband. So I have never been by myself.
Oh, wow.
I am scared to death.
But I like
and my fear is that, am I actually African American, or am I just a Black American?
A true African does not eat pork. That's gonna kill me.
Considering how many generations have passed, and the fact that I've been here, raised here, generations before me have been here, born here, raised here.
I'm gonna miss Mama's Kool-Aid.
And in all honesty, I have no idea what the African culture is. So how can I call myself that? So there's so many conflicts, you know. And if I run into someone and you're not African American, I mean, who am I to argue? You're right. I know absolutely nothing about your culture.
Did you know Egypt was in Africa? No, I didn't know Egypt was in Africa.
I saw it on the map.
Yeah. See, I was raised to believe that Africa was all black.
Yeah.
Only blacks was in Africa. They got some Caucasians there.
Are y'all white people in Africa?
No, Caucasians.
What's the difference? There ain't no white people in Africa. So I'm expecting to be educated.
Got to go. I need to know. All the things that I read in history. 100 years ago, I want to know the truth and the lies. That's what I want to know about Africa.
And it's scary because you don't want to disappoint anybody there. You don't want to offend anyone there. But more importantly, you don't want to offend and disappoint yourself. Well, whatever I learned over there, I'm going to bring back.
Do that.
I am. It's overwhelming, but I think I'm going to be okay.
Everybody in? Do this mantra. They can survive. They can survive 1 month.
Yeah, but what kind of damage is going to be done?
I know. My name is Adrienne, and I have a daughter, Caitlin. She's 11, and a son, Travis. He is 9. My husband is Randy, and he's a pilot, but right now he's doing his Pentagon job. We are definitely a military family because of the constant moving, and being Air Force wife, you become like a chameleon. You kind of get used to a new place, and you kind of get a feel for the place, and you kind of adapt that. And my kids have learned to make friends quickly and adapt to new places, and it's been hard on them, but I think it creates their personality too.
There are only 3 important things in life. That's food, softball, horses, and video games.
Moving around a lot, it's really nice to have someplace I know is going to be consistent. I mean, I have to cope with being in a new place, new surroundings. I never know where I am. I'm always getting lost, and I hate that frustration of being lost all the time. And every 2 years, I've got that I'm lost. Everywhere I move, the first thing I do is I find a latte. I mean, it's my only consistent thing in my life. Breakfast. But I really need something right now in my life to just go out and see what's out there. I've been doing so much mom stuff that I haven't gotten out there and done something for myself and seen and learned stuff for myself.
Being apart, I'll be ready for that and kind of know what to expect emotionally and things like that. What I'm not used to is being the guy at home. So doing the single parent thing is going to be a huge transition.
Whoa, you warm enough? You need your jacket? No. You're fine? Yeah, I'm fine. You didn't put that t-shirt on underneath that I gave you. Oh well. My son was so afraid about when he found out I was going. At first he was like excited, and I'm like, then I said, I'm going, and he cried. He was so upset. I said, what's wrong? I thought you wanted me to go to Africa. It would be fun. He said, I don't want you to change. My daughter is working on learning about Africa. Was that you over there doing that fancy air vest? Oh, I need earmuffs. That's really good. Oh, I went to this college, but I just did not study Africa. It was like, I don't know how I missed it. You just got to go out there and just start spinning. It's such an unknown. I don't know what the people will be like, or the culture, or the towns. I got to go there so I can answer these questions. I got to see what it's like. I think going there, you really have to really think that you're representing the United States. It's overwhelming. I'm having a hard time sleeping because I've been thinking about all these things I would do there. I mean, what an opportunity to be vacation, but also if there's good that can come from going over there and learning. I mean, we have so much, we could be doing so much more to help other people.
How much was your cab ride here? I've never been in one before. No, so I said, do I sit in the front or do I sit in the back? She goes, well, you can sit up front. I said, well, where do you normally sit? You're blonde and cute. Yeah, I would sit in the back. I sat in the back and I was car sick.
My travel experience is very limited. My name is Amy and I live in South Haven, Michigan. I'm a mom of 2 wonderful children.
Sweetie. You want mommy to make you some breakfast?
Ella, who's almost 3, and Kaylin, who is 8 months old.
Morning, sweetie.
Had I not gotten pregnant with Ella, I don't think I would have kids right now. I do miss the fact that I was never just a wife. I was a mother first, and then I was a wife and mother. Now that I am one, I am glad that I did it, because at the end of the day, at 28, I'm awfully exhausted, and I can imagine if I had waited 10 years that I would really be exhausted, and I don't know if I'd be able to keep up. My husband, Matt, is a great dad. I don't think I could do this if I had what I would consider, a typical husband who...
It's going to be difficult for me to handle the morning routine. A lot of times I'm used to just getting up and going to work, and Amy gets them fed, and if they need to go to daycare, she takes care of that. So I'm going to have to kind of change gears in the morning, I think.
If I'm all by myself without my kids, as much as I'm going to miss them, it's such a freeing experience when you're out and you don't have to worry about car seats and diaper bags and bottles, everything like that. So Ella, we gotta get your dress back on. We gotta go to Julie's and get a cookie. Being with 7 other moms who are experiencing the same thing, it's kind of like we're on vacation because we don't have our kids. I think learning about a culture as we learn about each other is going to be great. Okay, so here's my closet. Packing is always hard for me because you never know what you're going to feel like wearing that day. So I know I'll be in Africa and I'll say, oh, I wish I brought this, or I wish I had that. I'm not a big camper, so I think that'll be my biggest challenge, is not having my closet of clothes and my refrigerator full of food readily available to me. And I'm going to be out of my comfort zone, I guess you could say. And so that's really going to challenge my personality and challenge me as an individual, which is what I think I could benefit from. Hello.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Would you like your usual latte?
Yes, please. I've never been in a place where I'm really kind of the minority, where I'm not what everybody looks like and how everybody talks. So that'll be fascinating to me. I think that my children are at a good age for me to leave because they are young enough that I don't think they're going to really remember this absence. Whereas if they were preteens or teenagers, that 6 weeks might be a lot longer for them.
Get up.
And I think the benefits of me going and everything I'm going to bring back and how it's going to improve me as a mother and a wife, I think those are all going to far outweigh any sadness that we have while we're gone.
My name is Amy Wimberger. I'm 39, live in Fort Collins, Colorado. I'm currently married, and I have 3 kids. Ananda is 9, Zoe is 8, and Maya is 5.5. I've been with my husband for 15 years. He was my first boyfriend, and we've never been apart. And I'm starting to need to know who I am. I don't know how Africa fits, but it just seems to. It fell right into my lap at a time when I really needed it. Do you remember where I'm going?
Cape Town.
Okay. Do you remember the countries?
Zambia.
Of course, the first mental pictures are always the savannah and lions and safaris. So who wants an elephant and who wants a zebra?
Zebra.
Zebra?
I'm a giraffe.
And I just really would like to see something completely outside of my experiences that I've only seen on television. How do my kids feel about me going to Africa is that they're going to miss me. They're little, we've homeschooled, they're not even used to me being gone for the day. 1:50. The little hand is on the 8. So what time is it?
12 to 8.
8 o'clock. See, you don't know everything. So there. Ha! We're a very physical family. There's a lot of hugging, and I'm going to miss that. Should we start at the beginning?
Oh, 113.
I would just like a chance to be somewhere where nobody knows me, really. They don't have expectations of me as this suburban housewife. Okay. I could just be who I would like, who I am alone, which I don't know who I am alone anymore, and it'll be very interesting to be someplace where the only reactions I have to care about are my own. I think it's a great way to mark a new beginning for me. But kids, they're excited that I get to go. But I think it'll be really good bonding time for them with their father alone. He's very good at taking care of them.
Well, Goofy.
I don't know.
Ooh, good one.
I'm not really worried about getting kidnapped, killed, and given AIDS all at the same time, I think. Trampled by a rhinoceros and get malaria. I don't really have any fears. I only have hopes, Hope that I can grow a lot. Oh man, why am I doing this?